Solving radical equations. We have two similar equations here, but their solutions are very different. Let's look into their solutions. The first one is square root of x plus 1 equals to 0. Let's try to solve it. Let's isolate the radical part. So we get square root of x plus 1 equals to negative 1. Now, can square root be negative? Never. It is always positive, right? I hope you remember the graph of square root, right? So square root graph is always positive, right? Square root of x is positive. If it is x plus 1, it basically moves 1 unit to left, right? So the graph will be kind of like this, where this point is minus 1. As you can see, it is always positive. So it is always positive, right? And therefore, we have no solution to this equation, and so we say no solution. So if you have negative on the right side, right, so this is negative. So in such case, we do not have any solution. So that is how we can solve this equation, saying that it has no solution. Now let's solve the next one. So here, the first step should be to isolate radical. So that is our first step, isolate radical. So what we can do is we can plus 1 both sides, add 1 both sides. So what we get is square root of x plus 1 is equals to 1. And now to solve for square root, we should square both sides. So if I square both sides, I get x plus 1 on the left equals to 1 square, which is indeed 1, right? And now solve for x. So from here, x is equals to 1 minus 1, which is 0. So once you get your answer, what you should also do is check for extraneous roots. That is to say that now we get a solution that x equals to 1. So we can write x equals to, we get a solution as x equals to 0. So we can write x equals to 0 in our equation and check, do we get the right solution or not? So that is 0 plus 1 minus 1 equals to square root of 1 minus 1, which is indeed 0. And therefore, the solution is right. We do get 0, right? And now we can say for sure the solution is x equals to 0. So that is the solution. But remember, whenever you're solving radical equations, you have to follow these 3 steps. First one is isolate the radical part. Second one, to solve for it, square both sides. Whenever you square both sides, you incorporate error, because let us say there was a negative quantity, it would have become plus 1. Like if I square here, it will become plus 1, which will make this equation wrong. So that is the kind of error you can get, right? Now, so remember to check for extraneous root once you get your answer. If the answers are correct, there are no, avoid extraneous root, right? Discard them and then write down your answer with the real solution. That is how you have to solve every radical equation. Thank you.